I cannot take this disrespect. So recently, The Athletic polled 10 NFL coaches and executives to have them rank the head coaching hires from this past coaching cycle. And whew, oh no, we gotta talk. Welcome back to Bears Yard. This your boy Vipe, and I'm not about to sit back here and take the absolute disrespect that NFL coaches and executives are throwing my way and your way and the Chicago Bears way. So if we look at the results of this survey that The Athletic did with these NFL executives and coaches, their number one head coaching hire this coaching cycle is Mike Vrabel. I got a problem with that, but let me keep going because the problems are only beginning. You're watching Bears Yard, your home of opinionated Chicago Bears talk Monday through Friday right here on YouTube. So if you don't want to miss an episode, hit that subscribe button. In second place is Ben Johnson, but he's not even in second place alone. He tied for second place, and he tied for second place with Pete Carroll. Fam, let me stop right there. Let's stop the video right here. Firstly, Mike Vrabel, listen, I wanted Mike Vrabel kind of. He was my 1A coach. Ben Johnson was my 1B coach. But Mike Vrabel being number one over Ben Johnson, are you kidding me? Mike Vrabel was out of the league last year. Well, not out of the league per se. He was out of coaching last year. Not to mention that he is a defensive-minded coach. But he takes precedent over the man who has been running roughshod over the NFL with his legendary offense for the past 3 seasons, the belle of the ball, if you will, the guy that had pretty much had coaching jobs in the bag for the past 3 offseasons and finally took one this year, but he's second to Mike Vrabel. And then don't even get me started on Pete Carroll, another guy who was out of coaching for a year, but now he's tied for second with Ben Johnson. Now I know what y'all about to say. Vibe. They both have previous head coaching experience, blah, blah, blah. And Ben Johnson has never coached before, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. They were both, Vrabel and Carroll, both out of the league, out of coaching last year. Ben Johnson has been tearing it up for 3 years in a row. This man has built a resume. He built cachet. His offense is out here embarrassing defensive coordinators. Talk to Brian Flores about that. But yet you want to put 2 defensive coaches who were out of coaching last year ahead of him while Ben Johnson was still in coaching? The disrespect can't be real. And before you all continue to harp on the fact that Ben Johnson is a first-time head coach, talk to Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur, Kevin O'Connell, and Kyle Shanahan about your first-time head coach bias because they're not here for it and I'm not here for it. And Ben Johnson had more cachet when he was hired than any of them had when they were hired, but we're still sitting out here disrespecting Ben Johnson. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like a comment that I got in my last video from my dude Brokey Bear. And he said that I can't stand the Eagles. However, the Bears are going to be ready for the Eagles week 1. Bears need to get a few wins under their belt. And me and Brokey have had conversations about Ben Johnson and how he's a first-time head coach and he needs to prove himself. Prove himself to who? He's been bodying people for the past 3 years. And Brokey, I'm sorry, my guy, but we have an entire offseason to improve the Bears' weaknesses before we meet the Eagles week 1. And don't act like the Super Bowl champion can't get caught week 1 because the Detroit Lions with Ben Johnson caught the Kansas City Chiefs 2 years ago and beat them on the opening game of the NFL season in 2023. So let's not act like Ben Johnson ain't that dude. But I'll talk more about the Bears and Eagles meeting opening night next season right there.